Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your August forecast. And I'm doing something a little bit different. I know I do something a little bit different every single time. It's my Gemini rising. We never do anything the same way. Or we like make a whole bunch of plans and we don't solidify any of them. But I am trying to tweak how I want my channel to go, or the structure, because, you know, there still is a little bit of Virgo in me. I still like some structure, and I'm finding that, you know, I do dailies, and I'm not sure if you watch them, but I talk about the daily energies, and they're offered on my channel, and then I spend a great deal of time doing monthlies and covering these same days. So the way that I'm looking at it is, I'm going to talk about primary energies for the month. I'm going to talk about which houses these primary energies are in for you. And then I'm going to talk about how they personally, you know, big days and how they, you know, affect you. And then I'm going to summarize the energies at the end so that when you watch my dailies, let's say I say that the sun is opposing Saturn. Well, you know, from listening to your monthly, you're going to know that the sun for your sun, moon, rising sign is in your 10th house and Saturn is in your first house. So you know that you're going to have an issue that is going to be, that's going to affect your core, your authentic purpose, your identity, your ego. It could be a big loss in that area, making you question life. It could be a death. It could be, you know, something that an ego-based issue that needs to die for it to manifest. That's the kind of thing that you'll be able to see. I go into great lengths about all of the energies at play. I even list all of the energies in the description box for you so that you can see, you can do a little homework and you can see how these energies are going to be affecting you based on all of the information that I give you in your monthly. So let's give this a try. So on the first, we have, you know, a pretty major energy changing its direction, and that is Saturn is going to go direct. And for you, this is going to be in your first house. Now, when Saturn goes direct, it doesn't have, you don't have as many obstacles. So if you have been paying back your karmic debt, if you've been going through all of the work that you need to do, you know, this is going to be about removing the obstacles that prevent you from being happy. If you haven't listened to your karmic debt issues and you've been living the life the same way you've always lived it, this is a time when Saturn is very powerful and it makes a direct point instead of an indirect point by showing you past stuff through karmic relationships and giving you all the stats and where you went wrong, and hopefully you compute all that information and you say, okay, I don't need any more karmic relationships to show me, Saturn, I got it. And then Saturn starts removing obstacles and you progress forward. If you don't, then it just gives you direct, hardcore obstacles that even you can't miss the signs on that you are making some very big mistakes regarding your future. So that's going to be happening in your first house. The first week of August is going to be a hard week because Jupiter is going to want to slam on the gas. It's very excited. Now that Saturn is direct, it's relinquished some of the control that Saturn has had over you guys. So Jupiter wants to go in there and be just wildly benefic, give you everything you want, but Saturn is still saying no. So it's going to come head to head with Jupiter and other personal planets within that week, and it's going to make sure that you do not forget who is in control of the situation, and that is the almighty Saturn in this particular case. So you're going to have two teachers arguing about how they are going to teach you your lessons, and in turn, you're going to have a struggle that first week. Then on the 8th, we have Mars go into Leo. Now, Mars was debilitated last month in Cancer. And you have this incredible really masculine energy in a feminine energy. And it basically was like, okay, so Mars is a fire-based energy, right? It's a very dominant energy, and it was forced to be in a water energy. So basically the water put out the fire of Mars. And so many of you have felt off, and you may not totally and completely understand why. Especially if you're really, really in tune with energy, you're going to be in tune with like, I wanted to make progression, but I just didn't want to make a decision. I wanted to talk about it, so I went roundabout. But, you know, I never still did get what I want, but I just don't have the energy to put in it. A lot of us felt like we didn't have a lot of energy because, you know, we have this debilitated energy in Mars. We didn't have that energy that pulls us up and drags us through the mud and says, I don't care what you say. This is the way it's going to be. We're going to persevere no matter what. You didn't have that in a fellow fire sign. See, Mars energy likes to be in a fellow fire sign. They understand that the energy is, you know, to persevere, to move forward, to burn through anything it's got to burn through to get what it wants. And so this month, thankfully, we have Mars moving into Leo. It's going to feel passion again. It's going to sexually charge you up. Definitely. It's going to create, you know what, if you have been wanting to take a relationship to the next level sexually, but you haven't done it yet because you were sitting there in Mars and you were thinking about maybe this is the one and maybe I should go slow and show this person, you know, you're going to be back to your old, you know, sexual self, seducing this person with your mighty powers of the Scorpio-ness. And, you know, it's going to, everything is going to progress to the next level. You're also going to want to pursue things with a new rigor. You're going to have the confidence to do it. You know, if you have a creative endeavor that you want to passionately pursue, if you want to start writing, if you want to start journaling, if you want to start, you know, finding your life path destiny or your career purpose or your authentic purpose, this is the exact month to start it up in because we have this beautiful energy pushing forward in all your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Then on the 8th, and then on the 11th, we're going to have Jupiter go into Virgo. Now, this is a very interesting energy because Jupiter in Virgo is somewhat debilitated. Jupiter is a benefic planet, so understand that it's going to expand wherever it goes and whatever it touches. So there will be expansion in your life. And this energy is going to be there for the next 12 months. So for you, Jupiter in Virgo is going to be in your 11th house. So for you, this is about friendships. This is about hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's about expanding some of the sweetest spots of life other than relationships. I think these are my favorite spots. And it's really, really, really going to either terminate the relationships that are no longer serving your overall desires for your future, and then it's going to start expanding relationships that take your life and elevate your life to the next level and introducing you to a whole new slew of friends, or it's going to expand some of your friendships into possible relationships because you're going to get some deep feelings for some of these relationships that you probably haven't had before. And you will see Jupiter go in there and just really modify areas. I want you to understand that Jupiter is in Virgo. Virgo is a serving energy. So if you go in there based on old programming and it is all about you and only your needs and your desires, you are going to find that people are going to mirror your selfish behavior. So if you go into friendships and you make them ego-based, then you are going to have a lot of ego-based reactions from friends, and you are going to find that Jupiter goes in and expands some of your interpersonal communications problems with your friends, and through others is where you are going to learn how to be the best part of who you are, the best person that you are. understand that Jupiter in Virgo is, you have to serve others in order to feel the expansion of Jupiter in the next 12 months. This energy is definitely a benefic energy if you're always keeping in mind that you are there as to help serve the general purpose. You're not there just to be a slave to others. You are there to benefit others, to add to others' lives. If you go in there with selfish goals and you want everybody to serve you, oh my gosh, Jupiter's going to go in there and expand your faults, and it's going to drive people away, and you may experience loss in friendships. Just remember, where you're at is what Jupiter is going to expand. How far you've come in life, what you've learned, is going to expand those areas. So if you are in some state of, if you have an interpersonal struggle, it's going to expand that, especially when it's talking about self-oriented behaviors. Then on the 14th, we have the most fabulous new moon. Finally, we get a new moon that is not debilitated. It's not in incredible opposition. There is no extremely harsh energy with this new moon. The new beginnings that we've had in the past few months have all been in opposition. They have all been, we've had new beginnings because we've had losses, or we've had squares, or we've had oppositions that showed us the direction in which we needed to go. However, this beautiful, beautiful new moon is about what new moons are about: planting seeds, planting them in fresh ground with fertilized, with the right amount of sun coming in the window where everything is harmonious to make these seeds grow. And so I say for you, because this is in your 10th house, this is a time to figure out your authentic purpose. If you have been thinking about being a writer, let's say, and you know what, you have journals, but they're all under the bed, this is a time to pull them out. This is a time to get them on blog sites or get them on sites that allow you to do some publishing and get some input from others, because remember, others is a big focus. Friends are a big focus. You could build a network of people that eventually leads you to a publisher that publishes your work. So this is a big time to pull out everything that you got to pull out to get some of your creative endeavors off the ground. This is a great time to explore your purpose in life. This is a great time to look at your long-term goals and really set some firm goals and plant them in this fertile soil. Then on the 29th, we have a full moon in Pisces. This is going to be in your 5th house. This is in love. This is in romance. This is in creativity. Again, we've got all of this life purpose energy. We've got all of this pushing forward. We've got friends expanding our opportunities. We've got some hopes, dreams, wishes energy. So we've got a lot of energy pushing us forward to make some really big progressive, steps in our lives. This full moon in Pisces is a fellow water energy, so this is going to dance with your energy. This is going to lighten your energy. This is going to make you feel harmonious and just extremely happy. I love this energy because Neptune, the ruler of Pluto, is speaking in grand harmony with this. They are dancing together. It is just such a lovely full moon. Can this bring endings as full moons do? Absolutely. If you are in some sort of situation, or if you are under the delusion of something looking better than it is, it's going to, I always say that full moons show a light on the shadow sector of human behavior. So if you see something in this full moon that you don't like, and you love the harmonious energy from this, and you want that type of energy in your life, and you have some new friends, showing you some interesting things, and you don't want to be bogged down by this wet blanket of a person, then you could leave, or that person could leave you. It could be an abrupt ending, and that's okay, because if an ending happens, it means it wasn't what was going to take you through to the next level in your life. This is big energy for you guys this month. This is a glorious month for you. Is there going to be tough energy in this month? Absolutely. And I go over all of those energies during the day. The dailies. I talk about them extensively. If you have the basics in your life, if you know where the energies are in your life, in what houses they're in, then when I go over them in my dailies, you guys will understand how they will affect your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. And that will give you a more complete picture of like what my dailies actually mean on a day-to-day basis. So let's go over those energies super quick. Again, we have the Sun, Mars, Mercury, all in your 10th house. We have Saturn in your 1st and Jupiter in your 11th house. We have the new moon in the 10th house, and we have the full moon in the 5th house. So you guys, that is all of your houses. Write them all down, know where they are. So if I say the sun is opposing Saturn, you are now going to know, oh, it has something to do with, you know, my career, life, path, destiny, and my authentic purpose, and I'm being torn right now if I say it's an opposition. Have a wonderful August. I want you guys to know there are big months coming. Big months of making very big decisions that could possibly elevate your life and take it to the next level. This month is definitely a buildup. If you experience breakdown in any energy, it's making room for some way that you're going to be expanded in the near future. We have a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse coming. We have Mercury going back into retrograde, and we have some more Venus retrograde energy. And so we have a lot still to work through. We have not figured out what 2015 is about at all. We have no idea. I don't think we're going to know until December when we look back on the year and we're going to be like, oh my God, that's what it was all about. But you think you know? I assure you, you don't know yet. Have a wonderful and fabulous August, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.